And tonight, Steve, a marquee matchup. This is one of those games that definitely draws some attention to it.
Yeah, these are the games where fans, people watching, they are in their seats with their popcorns. They're ready to go. These are the best of the best, and people want to see this. I'm looking forward to this one, Kevin.
Well, you got a new tie. You've got a new suit. I mean, you're ready to go. You know people are going to be watching you and listening to your words.
That's why my makeup is perfect.
It is. You did a good job tonight on that. And now the opening lineup for Boston. Irving and Brown pair at the 1 and the 2. Aaron Baines out there with Horford, and it's Tatum in at the 3. Curry kicks to Thompson. Green, the screen. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Picked by Pachulia. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Curry with the 3. Some solid defense there from Irving. Brown with it. Picked up by Thompson. Brown against Thompson. Brown, good. Brown's got the first points up on the board for the Celtics.
And that's where Brown is at his best, a muscular beast who loves finishing strong through the contact.
Now here's Durant. He had 28 points in the win against Minnesota.
And even while he was piling up all those points, he still found a way to create chances for his teammates. The assists just kept on coming.
Now Irving, after the missed 3 from Stephen Curry. Horford sets a screen for Irving. Brown outside. Horford with the screen on Curry. Here's Brown.
And Brown really forcing the issue there on the drive, making the opposition get physical with it.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
That free throw, no good. With the way the Warriors romped in the playoffs and how stacked their team is, Steve, is a team like Golden State or really any team this talented good for the NBA?
It's a question that was asked a lot last season and will get asked a lot this season. I love the way this team plays. I think they play with such greatness and unselfishness. All the other 29 teams, they just have to catch up.
He hits the second from the line.
And the vertical that Brown has is pretty impressive, as relentless a finisher as you'll find in our league.
Outside, Green. Curry outside. And the Warriors miss again. Golden State on D. Nothing yet up on the scoreboard for them. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
I just thought the defense was porous. Got any shot they wanted, really, for most of the evening.
I'll give them credit. Even though they were facing very little resistance, they refused to play down to the level of their competition.
And here is Curry after the three-pointer from Al Horford. And it's Green, missing.
This is the opposite of how they wanted to start this game. 0 for 4 already.
To the inside, here's Baines, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do. You know, so many people were surprised at the Kyrie Irving trade, but throughout the decades, Boston's been unafraid to pull the trigger. I mean, they moved up to number 2 to draft the great Bill Russell, moving back to number 3 to draft McHale, add Parrish, assembling the big 3 for a championship, then dismantling that big 3 for all those unprotected picks. This is an organization that stops at nothing to try and win titles.
He's off on the first.
You know, thinking about Kyrie's legacy here in Boston, this is a town that cares only about championships. That's how his contribution is going to be measured. And only time will tell if he can walk in the shoes of the greatest players to ever put on a Celtics uniform.
Good on the second free throw. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Pachulia the pass to Curry. Green with a screen for Curry. They need this, and he hits the jump shot.
Curry does a nice job of using the screen. He doesn't need much space to knock down the shot.
Tatum with it. Boy, was he something else against the Clippers. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Yeah, blown opportunity after the two-man game creates a terrific look.
That's how it's drawn up. That is, everything but the finish. Some coaches might not like taking the three on the fast break, but he had the open look and buried it.
And here is Irving. After the three-pointer from Klay Thompson.
I see you, young fella. Nice answer there.
Trading bombs from beyond the arc is getting personal.
Curry dishes to Thompson. Green with a screen on Irving. Picked by Pachulia. Curry kicks to Thompson. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. 6 points for Klay Thompson.
The D has to get up on Thompson when he's attempting those perimeter shots. He makes outside shots look so easy.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Horford. Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for the Warriors.
And no doubt they relied upon that three-point shot to provide a big chunk of their scoring. That's been a trend in the modern NBA, and they took that philosophy and ran with it.
The Warriors trailing. Now let's find out what head coach Brad Stevens had to say to David Aldridge. David.
Well, Kevin, they have a specific approach to tonight's game. He told me they have to get the ball into the paint as much as possible and take advantage of what they believe is a big inch for them inside. We'll see if they're right about that tonight. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And here's Irving following the three from Kevin Durant. From the baseline. Horford no luck.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Picked by Pachulia. Durant in the corner. Another three for Golden State.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Now Irving. Another guy who really kicked it up a notch for them in that Clippers game. The kick out to Brown. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Here are the top shooters from deep this month. These guys have been raining down threes lately. Kevin Durant is second.
Sometimes a three-point shooter gets into that rhythm and just keeps carrying it over. That's been the case for him the entire month.
Curry against Irving. Picked by Pachulia. Outside Curry. Pachulia sets a screen for Curry. Fires from deep. Rebounded by the Celtics. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
And look, it's always tough to win on the road. You've got to go in with the right mindset, and they did.
They were the aggressors that night, relentless in their approach, especially scoring the basketball.
Drills it from outside.
And how about the way he squares up on that triple? Tatum is a skilled sniper who plays with confidence.
Curry passes to Thompson. Outside for Curry. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Curry's got 5 now.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
But when I look back at the career of Klay Thompson, you can't help but notice how much he's improved. Every season, Steve, he comes back with a new tool to score on offense and always has been strong, but even getting better on defense.
You know, you love the greats. They can score at all three levels. He had the mid-range and obviously the three ball, but he is scoring now in the paint off the drive because of his improved ball handling, and he posts up extremely well for a guard. I love what he's brought to his game offensively.
Irving against Curry. Here's Horford. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
And credit Kyrie, tremendous vision. Finds the open man.
Curry kicks to Thompson. Dishes it to Durant. Pachulia sets a screen for Durant. Stolen by Smart. In the corner, Horford with it. And it's Horford again missing. Warriors leading by 4. And here's Thompson. What a tremendous game he played against Minnesota. Green, the screen. Here's Thompson. Here's Curry with the 3. And another 3 for Golden State.
Stephen Curry is great off the dribble, but he also is good at the catch and shoot.
Now, here is Irving. He's a guy we see deliver on a nightly basis, averaging about 24.5 points a game. Curry against Irving. Pachulia with the screen on Irving. Curry kicks to Durant. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 3 assists in the game. Celtics trail by 10. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. West is checked in for Pachulia. Iguodala comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Livingston in for Klay Thompson. Now here's Curry. He had a big outing in that Timberwolves game as well. West, that's good.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Here's Rozier. Morris outside. They set the pick. Free throw line jump shot. No good off the back of the rim. Warriors leading by 9. Iguodala, right side. Every so often, Steve, Andre Iguodala will dial it back to when he was younger and remind you of what he once was. One of the best players in the NBA, one of the most athletic players in the league. Now he usually saves that for big moments or when the team needs him to be that kind of player.
You're so right. You remember last season when Kevin Durant went down, Iguodala played fantastic basketball in Durant's absence. You almost felt like Iguodala is holding back until he's needed the most.
That free throw, no good.
The charity stripe is far from the strongest part of Iggy's game, but he will hit him in crunch time.
McCaw, he's checked in for the Warriors. That one is no good. Steve, more and more we see guards turn to the Euro step to get around defenders en route to the rim. It's a slight move, but it's so effective. Which players do you think execute that move the best?
I think Manu. He's one of the guys I played with, even though he's older, still to perfection. Kevin Durant at his size is unbelievable. DeMar DeRozan, James Harden. And then I don't know if a Euro step you can call it for Russell Westbrook. He just changes direction. It looks like a sped up Euro step in Russell Westbrook's situation. Those are some of the guys that stand out.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
The first one falls.
And with the Warriors, their ability to score in bunches really is unmatched throughout the league. They'll be going along with the team, and then all of a sudden they have that 20-point lead in like 3 minutes. It can happen so fast that I think at times the other teams are shell-shocked.
And Morris drops them both. And talking about the Warriors and their ability to build a lead very quickly, the shooting they have, Greg, is a very big part of how they can just bury a team.
It is. Their shooting, especially from deep, but also their defense. One kind of feeds the other in terms of how they can steamroll teams and create that momentum. And only the special teams can put a game away with a 5-minute run, but this is one that has consistently done it over the last 3 years.
Here's Rozier, and he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick.
Crafty move. He recognizes the size disadvantage and the mid-range is close enough.
Right. No reason to take it all the way to the rack. Instead, take what the defense allows.
Livingston kicks it to West. From the arc. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. The Warriors making a switch here. Young's checked in. Celtics trail by 8. Smart with the ball. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Young against Morris.
Get there, get there.
5 to shoot. That one a little long.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Pass to Livingston. West outside. Back to Livingston. Young outside. Golden State needs to get off a shot. And Rozier pulls it down.
Looking a little tentative on a very makeable shot. And this one was uncontested.
And the call will be against Patrick McCaw. That's his first foul.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
There's 1:40 left to play in the first. Now, Smart. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. A three-pointer is right on target. Ojeley's got 6 points.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't D him up on the perimeter.
Picked by West. Livingston dishes to West. Iguodala, right side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Picked by West. Swiped away. And now with the fast break, Smart with the ball. Banked in off the glass. Now just a 3-point Warrior lead.
Yeah, he runs the floor with a purpose that time. Excellent play.
You know what? And a late reaction by the transition D takes it himself uncontested.
Here's McCaw. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Over Smart. Misses and the dry spell continues.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Rozier the pass to Ojeley. Nice ball movement by Boston. Now here's Smart. Defense is right there. Clock at 4. The Warriors pull it in. Last meeting was in Boston, where they were unable to fight off the Celtics.
It was a loss last time they faced up against each other. A very tightly contested game that they felt they could have won.
It could have gone either way, but unfortunately for them, they ended up on the losing side of that score.
It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Golden State Warriors. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We've got more in store for you right after this. And the basketball bloodlines of Klay Thompson. He tells us how his father and brother have become so involved with his success.
Dad always watches more film than me. And I watch film too, not saying I don't. But they're both fans and they have a huge passion for the game. That's why they're still around it.
Yeah, it's great to have that blend of support and competitiveness around you really your whole life.
Yeah, you can try to put a little something over on your coaches from time and again, even your teammates maybe, but family, they'll check you every time.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. What do you guys think about the Warriors here so far?
I mean, they just got hot early from beyond the arc, and we'll just have to wait and see if they can keep that going.
They also want to be unpredictable, mix up the play calling, keep the defense guessing.
Livingston is out there with McCaw. Then there's Iguodala. And it's Young, and it's West in at the 5. That's the group for the Golden State Warriors to start the second quarter. Boston with the ball. Here's Ojale.
And just marvelous work on the defensive side from Andre. So good at getting a hand up and contesting shots.
And Smitty, you were able to play a couple seasons with Steve Kerr when you were both in San Antonio. What was your time together like there? How do you think he's been influenced by his San Antonio time?
Well, it's a great time. He's a great teammate. I think he's been influenced by Popovich's attention to details. Both are very measured to their approach to things. But the one thing you have to really say that you really link those two together, they are funny, funny, funny.
And here's Smart. And here's Morris for three. David West grabs the miss. Out here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Young with the ball. Guarded now by Morris. Iguodala kicks to McCaw. Pass to West. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Well, if you're the coach, you're frustrated right now. That's exactly the look you're trying to get on offense.
Morris outside. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
An efficient score inside. Morris can beat you with a variety of moves.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Celtics coach Brad Stevens is known for getting the best out of his players. He said every NBA player has an elite strength. Some of them have 10 of them. Those guys are the very best in the league, right? But every one of them is here for a reason. And there are times where you can really soar with that skill. Kevin?
And that's why Stevens is already one of the best coaches in the league, David. You've talked about him for a long time, getting maximum results from every one of his players. McCaw kicks to Young. He dishes it to Iguodala. The feed to West. Young against Morris. Pass to McCaw. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Iguodala, and the slam dunk by Iguodala.
Iggy just using his tremendous athleticism there.
Celtics trail by 5. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. There's the screen. Here's Morris. Tries again. The Warriors pull it in. West has got his 3rd rebound on the night. Iguodala dishes to Livingston. Now here's Iguodala. He's coming off a 10-point game against Minnesota. It's good.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
Celtics foul. Daniel Tice.
And for the last few seasons, we've seen where Andre Iguodala's role on offense has diminished. You know, he still contributes, but tends to defer a bit more there. And one thing you can say, though, defensively, still at an elite level in terms of his versatility.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Pachulia, he's checked in for West. Kevin Durant comes in for Nick Young. Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Patrick McCaw. And Curry subbed in for Sean Livingston. Perhaps, Greg, the biggest asset Iguodala brings to a team is his ability to defend.
I mean, he just has great timing for when to go for the steal. I mean, he can still move his feet well and can guard anybody, but the versatility to guard point guards to power forwards is something that makes him special.
And that's just tremendous confidence from Brown, going up with the shot right away and giving the D no time to react.
They get it back. Iguodala, the pass to Thompson. Durant against Horford. Back to Thompson. He kicks it to Curry. Trying to find Durant. He's got it now. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got assist number 5 here tonight. Irving kicks to Tatum. And it's Iguodala with the rebound. Warriors leading by 8. Outside Curry. Outside Durant. Feeds to Thompson. Durant against Horford. The pass to Curry. The 3. Hits it from 3-point range. Curry's got 14 points.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
And we know how great Curry is at shooting the ball, but he is also an incredible playmaker. Very, very aware of how to draw the defense to him and get an easy layup for a teammate. He's underrated as a passer, mostly because his scoring is so incredible.
In for Andre Iguodala.
And checking out the numbers for Kevin Durant. His last 10 games have been exceptional, averaging around 26 points per, 7 assists and 6 rebounds. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Well, and we've seen defenses try to adjust, but he has the intelligence along with the talent, just finds new ways to beat them.
Steve, when you think about Curry and his playmaking, the assists are easy to count, but the gravity he has on the floor, all over the floor, creates shots for others by itself.
And if you're on Curry's teams, you have so much attention drawn off of you. When he has the ball, Kevin, defenders have to be aware of Curry at all times. Opens up so much space for the other shooters.
Horford sets a screen for Irving. Tatum with it, guarded now by Durant. Tatum dishes to Horford. Fires from 14, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Horford's got 10.
Yeah, and he can really take his game outside when he wants to. Horford's got plenty of range to go along with all that work he does on the interior.
Julia, good.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
They set the screen. Round the pass to Baines. Irving against Curry. Outside Irving. The shot that time, not on target. And Golden State will come the other way. It's off to Utah for him after this game as they take on the Jazz. That one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team. Green, the screen. Curry kicks to Green. Good, and Curry gets the assist. And it's a 12-point Warrior lead.
He's pretty good at catch and shoot. You know he's feeling it right now.
There's the dish to Horford. Over Green. And it's Horford again missing.
Right idea, but just too much heat on him defensively, even with the fadeaway.
Kicks it to Durant. Here's Curry. 14 points for him. Green with the ball. And it's Horford picking him up. Thompson. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Well, you just watch the way that Klay Thompson shoots, and you're surprised when the ball doesn't go in.
I mean, one thing with Klay, too, in his shot, he believes it's always going to go in. More importantly, so does his teammates. And he's got that shooter's mentality where he just will continue to trust in his mechanics. And I don't think he gets enough credit for just how hard he works to maintain that shot.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. You know, Smitty, you had a long career. What was it, 14, 15 seasons you played for the Spurs, who've led the way on resting players and certainly extending their careers.
Yeah, it is, Kevin, but it's hard for me because I look at it as from a fan standpoint. When I played and now, you know, you have that kid and his dad coming to the game, and he doesn't get a chance to see that star player. And a lot of times there's 2 or 3 guys that sit out. I understand the rest is needed because it's a long term, but I wish guys could find a way, and coaching staff and organization, maybe have rest days as far as practice, but let the guys play because kids want to see their stars play.
Right, but in the middle of your career, are you thinking, hey, I want to play long-term so this rest is good? Or are you saying, forget the rest, I want to play?
I just want to play. I mean, I think one thing is I never thought about long-term. I just wanted to play the game that was in front of me, the practice that was in front of me, the preseason game that was in front of me. You just wanted to play.
The Celtics have gone 4 of 6 so far from the line, missing a couple. First one falls for him. Both shots good from the stripe.
And the Celtics gave up 4 players to get 1 in Kyrie Irving, but they already had so much depth, they could afford to sacrifice a bit for a superstar just entering his prime.
The screen from Thompson. Green kicks to Thompson. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Thompson's got 5 points in the quarter.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Yeah, this lead has snowballed. Credit their killer instinct for piling on.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
And really for the Celtics, just a wealth of assets, but in reality, only so much playing time to go around. Sooner or later, you knew they'd make a move, and I think they got the best player in the trade.
One guy who's been getting it done so far, Stephen Curry.
Yeah, they're going to have to find a way to run him off his spots out there. He is rolling.
And let's quickly check out the best young defenders, how they've been playing in the low post lately. Your rookie block leaders for the past month. In the third spot, Jason Tatum.
He's been a factor on the inside, an impressive stretch for him defensively.
Horford with the screen on Green. Baines dishes to Irving. There's a screen. He feeds it to Tatum. Fires for 3. The shot misses. Nice D from Durant. From deep. And another 3 for Golden State.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Dishes it to Horford. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 5 assists in the game.
And that's from beyond, guys, right back at you.
This is looking more like an all-star game right now. Everyone launching from range.
The drive by Thompson. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And it won't be easy for the Warriors to keep everyone on their team for the foreseeable future. But as long, Steve, as their core stays together, they'll be a title threat, no doubt. Are we looking at a dynasty here, Smitty?
You know, Kevin, they have a chance. Their core players on this team, they work so well together. They will always be in contention. They will be able to sign vets for cheap for a long time. It could be a while before someone takes them down.
Shooting 2.
That one is off. Steve, as a player, do analytics give you a path to say, you know, I should change and lean more toward this, or I should stop doing that because I'm better at this? Does that ever enter a player's mind, you think?
Hey, Kevin, I think guys should look at these numbers. When you're saying from this spot you're shooting 20%, stop shooting from that spot. If from this shot you're shooting 80%, you might want to get to that spot. So, and I think that in those cases, yes, analytics work. And when you're shooting a three and you're shooting about 30%, you need to step in.
They set the screen. Irving can't hit.
Rough start to this game. Hits one bucket in the first and nothing here in the second.
Outside for Durant. Golden State moving the ball around. And stolen by Tatum. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
You watch Kevin Durant and the way he just rises up so easily, Steve, with his soft touch. He can absolutely be unguardable, even if you're willing to throw double and triple teams his way.
You know, Durant's height, shooting, and mobility are just too much for one defender to deal with. On any given possession, he can create a good look out of nothing. It's why he's one of the greatest scorers to ever play.
And the first one at the line is good.
Kevin Durant, for his career, almost 90% at the free throw line. He'll make you pay.
Durant hits them both.
And the Celtics leadership, very pragmatic. IT and Crowder both beloved in Boston, but they didn't hesitate to move them to get better and younger at the same time.
Irving up top, guarded by Curry. Horford with a screen on Green. 4 on the shot clock. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. That's 7 points for Jaylen Brown.
And thinking about the Celtics' choice to get younger, perhaps a strategic move in response to the super team in Golden State, they want to construct their team to peak in a few years when the Warriors start to show a little chink in the armor moving forward.
Picked by Horford. Irving with the ball. And Curry picks him up defensively. Kept alive. Baines. And another shot. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot two.
That's his fourth personal foul.
For Boston, they have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight.
Aaron Baines at the line for two.
Shooting two, gentlemen.
And the first one at the line is good.
When you watch the Warriors play, their offense is a work of art. There is so much player movement and passing, it's impossible to cover. And the shooting they have, it just puts it over the top.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. David West, he's checked in for Pachulia. Young comes in for Draymond Green. And it's Livingston in for Klay Thompson. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. And Steve, the common mistake fans have with the Warriors is thinking they only make threes to score. It's a combination of a lot of things, and I think it just overwhelms defenders.
You know, one thing that comes to mind to me is they pick out the Warriors in mismatches or lose a defender on great screens. They're amazing at that. They force defenders to make a ton of split-second decisions. One mistake, and it's easy for them to score.
And it's the Warriors on the break. Young inside, covered by Morris. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3. That'll put Nick Young on the line. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
First personal foul.
The Warriors have made 2/3 of their free throws tonight. 6 of 9 to be exact. McCaw, he's checked in for the Warriors.
With one.
One shot, gentlemen.
.106 left in the second quarter. Rozier kicks to Smart.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
That's his first personal foul. Third team foul.
And at 6'4", 220, Marcus Smart with terrific strength for a combo guard, Greg.
I mean, he can just flat out bully most guards and even hold his own against the bigs. Beyond, though, that physical stature, it's his mentality that makes him special. He's a fire breather, just the type of player the Celtics look for.
That free throw, no good. And he's good on the second.
And you look at this Celtics roster, a bevy of long, athletic wing players. They seem to be taking a cue from teams like the Warriors, who have found success with defensive switching and positionless basketball.
Finding the open man, and Durant has dramatically improved as a passer since he's entered this league.
There's a good screen. Tries from 16. Morris with the bucket. Morris has got 4 this quarter.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
McCaw, the pass to Young. Picked by West. And Young, here we go. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
You've got to give a ton of credit to the screener. That play easily opened up the easy layup for his teammate.
Here's Ojale. Cans it from downtown. Ojale's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Excellent play call there. The defense was not prepared for the pick, and as a result, they gave up the wide open look.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. Their defense has been active and effective. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Draymond, of course, not unusual to see you going up against bigger players. So how do you take advantage of that offensively?
I mean, you just got to take advantage of mismatches. You know, most of the time there's a big guy on me. If not, there's usually somebody trying to switch off. You know, I just got to know when to pop and just take advantage of the mismatches.
You've done just that in the first half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the 3rd quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. This big mountain of a man is Shaquille O'Neal, and this hill of a man is Kenny the Jet Smith. The first half was all about Stephen Curry. He ended up with 17 points, 2 rebounds, and 8 assists. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
They had a tremendous first half from the three-point line. Their shot selection was pretty sound, considering how many threes they took. And the confidence of the shooters, now that's outstanding.
And Shaq, your thoughts on the Celtics?
Well, they got a ton of issues to work out. Allow way too high a percentage to be shot against them. Not really showing any energy on defense. No discipline. Look at their faces, Ernie. Do they even want to be here?
That's it for now as the second half's just about ready to go.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
Yeah, scoring consistently from range. He really lit it up there in the first half.
Yeah, the defense has to adjust, extend out to him in the second half, and that could create a lot of floor spacing.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. Second half underway. Here's who Brad Stevens got on the floor. Irving and Brown pair at the 1 and the 2. Tatum out there with Horford, and it's Baines in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Good on the triple.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
Tatum kicks to Irving. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Irving's got 5.
I mean, Kyrie, too pure of a shooter to let him catch and shoot with that much space.
They double-team Curry. Pachulia, good.
It's fine to extend your defense to try and create turnovers, but guys have to help each other.
That's been a problem for them all game. Teamwork is something you just can't turn on and off.
Irving. Another miss by Irving. Warriors leading by 23. Thompson outside. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Thompson's got 5 points now this quarter. Curry against Irving. Brown kicks to Horford. That'll be Boston as it goes out of bounds. Celtics retain possession. And let's go real fast to the rookie leaderboard. These are the rookies shooting the highest percentage from the floor this season. In the third spot, Jason Tatum.
He's scoring and finishing at a very high level. I mean, playing within himself offensively and being very discerning with his shot selection.
Green, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. Brown with it. He's got 7, just 4 to shoot. Over Thompson. And it's off the back rim, no good.
And this is a guy that can get you stops, aggressive on the defensive end.
Also doing a good job of tracking the ball, contesting the mid-range jumper as well.
Picked by Pachulia. Pachulia sets a screen for Curry. Picked by Pachulia. Releases. And there's the call on Pachulia. That's foul number 2 for him.
When the basketball's in his hand and he rises up to take a jump shot, you always think he's going to get in. He is starting to catch fire, Stephen Curry.
Celtics have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Picked by Horford. Irving kicks to Tatum. Horford with the screen on Durant. Here's Tatum. The shot comes out. Nice D from Durant. There's Green with the 3. And Horford pulls it down. Horford's got 5 rebounds tonight.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
And now a chance to take a look at the shot chart for the Warriors.
And it's really been a tremendous night. He's been efficient. He's been a major driving force in this offense. And it's no small task to try to slow him down. Once he gets rolling, like we've seen in this game so far, watch out.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Brown. He doesn't get the second one.
Just 1 for 4 since the break. They are looking for better efficiency on the offensive end.
And Thompson kicks to Pachulia. Durant dishes to Curry. Pass to Thompson. Green, the screen. Passes to Durant. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
The length of Kevin Durant able to get his shot off even with the defense closing in.
Now a timeout called by Boston. And after Kevin Durant made his decision to leave the Oklahoma City Thunder, he instantly became one of the most polarizing players, it seemed, Greg, in the NBA.
Listen, Kevin Durant has always been a star in this league, but now he's become the story. It's something that he can handle but doesn't try to seek out. Was able to prove all the naysayers wrong and just having another amazing season. And this is what you got to do. I mean, if it ain't working, call timeout, try to figure out what you can do to fix the problem.
You know, also, it's just a chance to take a breath, regroup, get your mind set, and come back out fresh.
Look here at the numbers for Curry. Over the last month, he has been spectacular. Tops in scoring, 9th in assists, and he's a flamethrower from distance. Top 10 in the league in three-point shooting.
And his scoring abilities are just so far out of sight. Number 1 overall right now. No one's been able to slow him down or even come close. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And Brown is a guy who is constantly seeking contact. Defenders have to be more cautious around him.
We've seen him miss a couple from the line so far, going 2 for 4.
Two shots.
And the first one drops. And the Warriors making a change here. Iguodala's checked in. That misses, so he splits the free throws. Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. The shot by Thompson, and no one's around. The basket good off the assist from Durant. Durant's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Brown outside. Back to Irving. And he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle, too.
That's a man's play right there. Kyrie doing what the defender doesn't want him to do. And one opportunity.
While some are still speculating as to why Kyrie wanted out, the reality is, and it's this case with all great players, he feels like he's good enough to be the man on a team that can contend for a championship. And you might question how he went about it, but he's basically been a pro in his approach, and now he's got the chance. And there is going to be a lot of discussion over Irving's decision to want out for a long time. And what he does the next few years may end up defining his legacy. He is all in on himself, and it could pay off huge or fizzle out.
He's been so consistent scoring the basketball. It has helped him tack on to this lead.
The feed to Baines. He dishes it to Horford. On the wing, Brown. Pachulia covering. He hits Brown with the drive. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Brown's got 4 points now in the quarter. Curry passes to Durant. Goes up the baseline, and good that time.
And Kevin Durant score the ball is water wet all day, every day.
Irving kicks to Horford. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. And that's 15 points for Horford.
And because of his size, that's a difficult shot to contest.
But it's not just the size, it's the natural feel for the mid-range game. Not everyone has it.
Picked by Pachulia. Now here's Durant. D right on him. Can't make good off the pick. The Celtics have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Now here's Tatum, defended by Durant. No good off the front iron.
And they could have used that trying to cut into this league. He's been off all night.
Durant sets a screen for Thompson. And it's sent back by Horford. Brown kicks to Tatum. Shoots from 14. And Pachulia pulls it down. Pachulia's got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Iguodala. And Boston with the rebound.
Can't finish. And defensively, nice job of altering the shot without fouling.
Irving against Curry. Tatum dishes to Irving. Knocks down the 3 ball. Irving's got 11.
He really looks composed shooting the ball this half. Much more consistent, hitting a much higher percentage.
Curry passes to Durant. And Durant gets double teamed. Iguodala left side. With this break in the action, here are the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. These are the top passing teams in the league. The Warriors, number 1.
The beauty of watching this team is seeing the ball move around the court. It doesn't stick. That's why they're at the top of that list.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
And that one falls for Iguodala. David West, he's checked in for Pachulia. Morris is checked in for Boston. Smart comes in for Jaylen Brown. And both free throws good for Iguodala. The Celtics have gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. Irving against Curry. Horford with a screen on West. 6 on the shot clock. The shot's good from Irving. Irving's got 10 points in just the second half.
Not many guys Kyrie's size can make these kinds of contested shots inside the paint.
Curry kicks it to West, and a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. 6 points for David West. For Boston, they've gone a solid 6 of 11 when shooting here in the third quarter. Now Irving. He's got 13. Over to the wing. Just 5 on the clock. The baseline J. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
I'm not entirely sure what the defensive strategy was there, but it worked poorly. He loves taking that shot.
And stolen by Tatum. And now with the fast break, Smart with the ball.
And how about that floor awareness there from Tatum? It does a good job of scanning the court and getting the ball to the open man.
Curry kicks to Durant. On the wing, Thompson. To the inside. And David West, the bucket on the assist by Thompson. Thompson's got his 4th assist in this one.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of look.
Morris a screen. Irving with the ball. West picks him up. Horford with a screen on Curry. Teardrop shot, and it's sent back by West. Now the Warriors moving it up. And Durant gets double teamed. And a wide open look for Iguodala. Offline with his 3. The Celtics have gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the third. Some pretty nice work. Curry against Irving. Smart puts the pick in for Irving. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Irving's got 12 points now in the quarter.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Back to Curry. Durant wide open, he fires. No good with the triple.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Smart dishes to Horford. Irving kicks to Morris. Pick by Horford. 6 to shoot. Off the pick. That one wide left. Warriors leading by 21. Iguodala outside. And count it. And a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And just a tremendous display of strength by Iggy. Always a threat to convert, even with the contact.
He shot 3 of 5 from the line. And the Warriors with some changes. Green, he's checked in for Durant. Patrick McCaw comes in for Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Curry.
One shot. One shot.
Free throw no good for Iguodala. Green passes to Iguodala. Now here's Livingston. Not a lot of room. And even 3-on-3 break. Here's Rozier. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
That's his first personal.
And a look here at the shot chart for Irving.
And looking at this shot chart, you can't help but feel that this entire team has played passively on offense. There has been little to nothing going on at the rim or in the paint for that matter. And when you don't attack the defense and put pressure on them down low, you're making life far too easy on them.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Nick Young's checked in for the Warriors. Both good from the line that time. Here's McCaw. Young outside. They set the pick. Pass to Livingston. Green, the screen. 5 on the clock. Charity stripe shot. And Rozier pulls it down. Celtics trail by 21. He kicks it to Smart. Morris outside. And there's 1:45 left here in the third quarter. Here's Ojale. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And, of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
One shot.
Warriors leading by 18. And here's Livingston looking for his first basket still in this one. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Beautiful play by Sean Livingston. Been able to probe, get inside on the defense, and finish with a slam. Well, you watch the all-around game of Sean Livingston, and there's a lot to like. Very soft on his turnaround and pull-up shots. Great vision, solid defender. He pretty much does everything well.
Young sets a screen for Green. And the pass to McCaw. Jacks up a 3. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got assist number 5 here tonight.
And the passing from Green doesn't just look for his shot, wanting to get his guys involved on every possession.
Pass to Ojale. Morris outside. Over Green. Not enough on that one as it misses.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Livingston plays it up and banks it in. Livingston's got 4 points this quarter.
Serve and the defense there. He makes a terrific read.
They set the pick. Now here's Smart. Tight defense on him. Great D that time from Green. Passes to McCaw. Feeds it to Young. Green with a screen for Young. Goes up the baseline. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
And you can't end the period any better than that.
Yeah, I agree. Shot clock doing his thing. He times it out perfectly.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Back right after this. Now let's listen in to head coach Steve Kerr.
Move it to the next guy. Drive and kick. Let it come out in the wash, all right?
Steve Kerr asking his guys to simply run their offense, share the basketball.
Yeah, and don't just settle for tossing it around the horn. Attack the defense. Play inside out when you can.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. JaVale McGee is out there with Caspi. Then there's Nick Young. Then there's Livingston. And it's McCaw in a shooting guard. That's the Warriors' 5. Livingston dishes to McGee. Screened by Young. McGee with it. Guarded now by Morris. Livingston kicks to Young. Golden State moving it around. The shot's good from McGee. The Celtics shooting reasonably well, 45%. Over to the left wing. And Smitty, this year the NBA choosing to start the season a bit earlier to cut down on the back-to-back games during the year. Do you think the NBA should spread the schedule out even more? Are you happy the way they have at least gone about this season?
I think the NBA, Adam Silver and those guys have done a fantastic job. I love how they give the guys basically a week after All-Star game. They're starting a little bit early to cut down the back-to-backs. Either way, if you can find ways to help the recovery time is great. But I think right now, the league and the games and the scheduling, they're in good hands right now.
2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And the Warriors with some changes. Pachulia, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Green comes in for Caspi. And it's Iguodala in for Nick Young. Larkin, he's checked in for the Celtics. And he makes both free throws.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
The dish now to Green. Green, the screen. Here's McCaw. No good on the 3.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
Here's Ojale. And that one, good. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Livingston kicks to McCaw. Now here's Livingston. D right on him. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Well, the league has long had a rookie orientation program. People rave about it. It continues to develop and evolve. More recently, Steve, they've created a program for players transitioning to retirement. This is an outstanding idea. What's important with that in your eyes?
I'm glad you brought that up, Kevin. I think the rookie orientation should even start even earlier. I think it should start at the college level. Not saying that everybody's going to make it to the NBA, but it helps you what they give you just in the game of life. And then transitioning to retirement, I think it should be the first day you sign that NBA contract, the transition should start, because it could end with an injury. And obviously we know even if you play an Olympic career, in 10 or 12 years is over.
Like if you were going to talk to a young player and if the player said, Steve, give me one thing that I need to remember as I go through my career and then it ends, what's the one piece of advice you would feed to a young player about what's going to be at the end of this journey?
Well, I think, first of all, there's a couple things, Kevin, and I have to answer. First, you got to keep your value system. Second, financially, you got to understand is make it simple as possible. You're not going to be able to live on the same type of salary for the rest of your life. So if you have a contract, say $20 million, in a simple way, divide that up for like 50 years because that's how much you're going to need to be able to live off on.
Green, the pass to Livingston. Picked by Pachulia. Now here's Livingston. Tight defense on him. Misses the step-back jump shot. For Boston, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Iguodala.
Celtics ball.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And Tatum, good at shooting when he's in rhythm, measuring shots as soon as that pass touches his hands.
Picked by Pachulia. Now here's Livingston. 6 on the shot clock. A baseline J. He gets it in there. Livingston's got 9 points here in the second half.
Everybody talks about the 3-ball, but Sean Livingston understands his game. The mid-range game, he's a master at it.
Picked by Horford. Rozier kicks to Baines. Here's Horford. Again, the Celtics good for 2.
Man, he's been on point, not forcing things, getting the most of his looks within the flow.
Now here's Livingston. He's covered closely. Pachulia kicks to Thompson. Green with a screen on Brown. Thompson is double. Dishes it to Green. For the 3. Connects from 3-point range.
Beautiful stroke from Draymond. One of the best stretch 4s in the game.
Here's Rozier. Picked by Horford. Well, in the last half-decade or so, the NBA, Steve, has realized the true value of the corner 3, and now offenses all over the league are designed to take advantage of it. Part of that is because it's just closer to the rim than any other three-pointer.
Yeah, you're right, and you should. I mean, when you have a 3-point arc, yes, the corner 3s are going to be shorter, and it's harder from a guy to shoot it from straight on. But when you have a guy that can shoot it straight on, you can see the dynamics of a team defensively. It's hard to cover. But I don't think the NBA should widen the court because of the value of the corner 3. That's a part of the game.
Should the lane be widened? Should we talk about the court and making all the 3s the same length? What about the lane?
Well, I think you can widen the lane if you change the defensive rules, because right now you're allowed to play zone. If you went back to man-to-man, yes, I think you should widen it. But when teams are allowed to play zone, I think the value of keeping it the same helps the defense a little bit more.
And the Warriors making a change here. Curry's checked in. The baseline J. And yep, couple bounces and it falls. 21 points for Al Horford.
He's done his job tonight scoring the basketball, but they've still been outplayed overall.
Picked by Pachulia. They double-team Curry. And here's Green outside. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
Celtics ball.
Celtics trail by 18. Irving kicks to Brown. Outside Irving. And again, Boston with the triple.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Curry dishes to Pachulia. At the elbow, Green. Thompson outside. Lets it go from deep. That shot off. Now the Celtics take it the other way. The 15-footer And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. 8 points for Jason Tatum.
And he just lulls the defense to sleep at times with his handle before pulling up. You can't back off this guy. That's just inviting trouble.
It's blocked. Irving with the ball. Kicks it to Tatum. Picked by Horford. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. Green. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. And the Warriors making a change here. Durant's checked in.
Well, you talk about scores in the NBA, Kyrie Irving is right up there. With his ball handling and shot-making ability, he can dazzle you.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And Kyrie's creativity, hitting jumpers off the dribble, finishing around the rim. What a great handle. It makes him special to watch.
I totally agree. His dribbling ability and finishing around the rim with either left or right, he is so skilled. He makes highlights every time he touches the ball. I call him the bus driver.
Oh, I like that. The bus driver. I like that, Smitty. Good one. And so he hits both.
Yeah, Tatum plays with a lot of confidence. He feels like he can take on anyone and already proving to be a great leader at his age.
Thompson passes to Iguodala. Pachulia with the screen on Brown. Looking to end the drought. And Pachulia with the dunk.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Here's Irving. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
Aggressive drive by Irving. Defender can't keep up without fouling.
Kyrie Irving taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
I'll tell you this, if Kyrie can just stay healthy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish in this league.
Both free throws good from Kyrie Irving.
And this is one of the things they need to keep doing in the second half to get this win. Keep knocking down those free throws. They've been sensational here at the line.
Iguodala kicks to Thompson. Pachulia with the screen on Brown. It's tipped, and that'll be Golden State as it goes out of bounds. Warriors retain possession.
And how about the reaction time on D there? Almost comes up with the pick.
You know, these are the little plays that can add up when you look over the course of a game.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Durant for 3.
This is the guy who had 3 threes in the first half. Since then, still waiting on number 4.
Here's Tatum. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target.
And tonight, he just hasn't been efficient offensively. That's a big reason why they're behind.
Up top, Curry. He's covered by Irving. The shot by Curry, no good. Celtics trail by 11. 13 feet away. He can't hit that time. Good D by Thompson. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operator.
Durant, that's good.
Continuing from where he left off. First three-pointer of this half, 4th of the game.
And here's Boston. They're on a 13-5 run. At the top of the key, Baines. Back to Irving. He feeds it to Baines. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got assist number 8 here in this one already.
And the way Irving scores, that's what you're thinking defensively. Then he beats you with a pass.
Iguodala with a screen on Brown. And Thompson kicks to Curry. Again, Golden State.
And each bucket at this point feels like a backbreaker.
Showing no mercy. Double-digit lead and still putting it on them.
Horford dishes to Brown. Celtics passing it around. Count it.
And Brown is a very unselfish player, always willing to whip the ball over to an open teammate.
Now Curry. Picked by Pachulia. From deep three-point range, and there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Pachulia. Curry's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Picking up from where he left off. I lost count of how many threes he hit in the first half. Now nails this one.
Now a timeout called by Boston. Player of the game, Stephen Curry.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. Let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys. Well, I was able to listen in on what Brad Stevens was talking about with his players. And he was emphatic. He said, we are not going to win this game playing this way, fellas. You've got to step it up. You've got to get aggressive. And you've got to battle to get back in this thing. Let's see if that pep talk got him going, guys.
Okay, David, thanks. It's rebounded by Curry. Curry's got his 3rd rebound tonight. The feed to Durant. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Steve, with the way Curry has transformed this Warrior team into perennial title contenders, the MVP awards and all the hardware, how soon is it before you start the conversation of where Steph Curry falls among the all-time greats?
Well, Kevin, I would love to start that conversation with most players when their career is over or close to being over. Curry has an unbelievable resume, but I will say, as of right now, I can say he's the best shooter of all time. NBA champion, multiple award-winning MVP. Now it's just about longevity for him.
And the first one at the line is good. And both free throws good for Durant. Celtics trail by 17. Outside Irving. Here's Horford. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 9 assists now tonight.
Not sure who designed that play, but he makes it count.
Here's the screen. Durant for 3. Durant with another miss. Austin's gone 2 or 3 in the 4th quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. A nice shot by Tatum.
And the skills of Brown, not just a super athlete, but a tremendous floor general as well.
Curry against Irving. Curry passes to Pachulia. Then Pachulia with the dunk.
A beautiful bounce pass on the deck. He put it only where his man could get it.
Irving up top. He's covered by Iguodala. You know, Smitty, as the game grows internationally, we've seen a contrast drawn between the academies, for instance, in Europe and Australia, and the youth basketball organizations in this country. Do you think we're doing it the right way? Should there be change? More policing of just how things are run at a very young level?
I think more policing, Kevin. I think also coaches being better equipped to be able to be around young kids. I think also how many games these kids are playing. I think obviously you want them to have games, but when they're playing 5, 6, 7 games in a weekend, I just think that's too much.
That free throw good from Kyrie Irving. And so Irving nails both of them. And here's Thompson. And he goes right over Jaylen Brown and slams it down.
Klay Thompson is scoring at an efficient clip. This is the guy that once scored 37 points in a quarter. He can get hot real quick.
And that replay sponsored by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment, giving us an excellent perspective on the play. Brown with it, and Curry picks him up defensively from the line. And it's Brown missing.
He's a little uncomfortable in that in-between area, and the defense plays him that way.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Warriors.
A beautiful pass doesn't always get you on the highlight reels, but there were some spectacular dishes in this game.
You know what? It was a team that was in sync and just trusted one another to take the right shots.
And for the year now, they'll ramp up their win total to an even 40.
And you know, this is a win they wanted badly, guys. They did not want to get swept in the season series.
And we watched them all night long. No one could really stop them. Just another excellent game it was for Steph Curry.
What I like that he came ready to compete in this game, but he did it under control. Tremendous poise, never seemed to be in a hurry, just played the game the right way.
And on the way from Irving for three. Can't throw down the putback. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Andre. I know if you could bottle a game like tonight, you would. But what's the key as you look forward to these upcoming games?
The key is just not letting all the outside distractions, get in the way of letting us do what we want to do. So we got to come in, play tough, and guys be ready to play.
Great performance tonight, Andre. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.